Hello everyone, this is CJ Novo 992 and today we are back from the brand new video. Today's video we are finally back after giving you an entire day off from this. Why do you look so happy that he's had a day off from this? Shocking for you. But anyway, we are back, ladies and gentlemen, to break down, discuss and hopefully correctly predict tomorrow's game versus St Mirren. And on paper this game may look like a one-sided hammering for the Glasgow Rangers, and I hope that's right. Hopefully I'm here the more smiling from ear to ear, celebrating a 6-0, but when you look at this St Mirren team, they could be a very tricky test, especially at this time of the season for us. Now, we all know how difficult and how frustrating it has been to play St Mirren over the last couple of years. I mean, we've been there together, me and thee, we've discussed it, and then we've recapped it on this channel, so we know how frustrating it is to play St Mirren. I mean, even the gaffer this week came out here and praised just how difficult that they make it, and it took a fluky Daniel Candea's goal to beat them last time. You know what, we need to cut there. Sorry everyone, lighting guy, camera guy, production, everyone guys back there saying his name, still too raw. Okay, I've composed myself and we're moving on, ladies and gentlemen. So we know a little bit about St Mirren because what we saw last year, but that was last year's St Mirren where they were just a sort of an out and out sit back, park the bus and try to cling on for dear life to stay in the league. That's how they played last year. But this year, they've got more expansive, and I'm not even joking on anything for that. They've got two very quick wingers that absolutely tore Hibs and Aberdeen apart. And if you follow the SPFL show every Monday at 7 PM live on this YouTube channel, you already know about how good St Mirren's actually playing this year. But just in case you don't know, they're still a necessarily part of the bus defensive style team. Hopefully I'm not offending anyone when I say that that's still how they're going to play. They're not going to come out here like Michelin and try to attack us or anything like that. So they're still the part of the bus team, but what they have now is the ball out because their wingers are absolute rapid and they're good on the ball, good at dribbling, so they've now got that out ball that will make them dangerous because they'll soak up all the pressure and we'll pile men forward, but in one ball over the top behind Connor Goldson or Katic, they will be pretty much in. That is what they've been doing so far this season. Their counter-attacking style with pace has been so dangerous this year. Honestly, they should have been 3 or 4-0 up versus Hibs way before Scott Allen and Hibs eventually grew into that game of football. They should have been out of sight, especially in that first half. They start off so quick and so direct, and you saw what they done versus Aberdeen in their last game, beating Aberdeen. Now, people are calling it a shock result and Aberdeen was caught cold. If you actually saw the highlights of the game or you watched any of it, the majority of that game, St Mirren were roasting them. Now, I'm not coming out here saying they're world beaters, they're going to come second in the league and push Celtic down to third at the end of the season. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying there is a difference now in this St Mirren team this year to last year because now they have an attacking threat. Now, I know the St Mirren manager has been doing a lot of talking saying that they could surprise Rangers tomorrow, but equally our gaffer Steven Gerrard has came out and said this week's press conference that the warning signs are there, and that's paying credit to how good they are. And for those who like to get involved, down in the comments section below to give some scoreline predictions. It's always fun and interesting to see how other people are thinking ahead of the game. It is worth noting that the last 5 games featuring St Mirren have been separated by the 1 goal. And with that being said, that is the St Mirren team previewed / broken down. Now though, we turn our attention to Rangers, and I think that's where we are the happiest. And one of the main questions that came up by the media about this frickin' game of football, actually keeping it on topic for once during a preview to a match, was the fact that they've obviously just played in a grueling game over in Poland. There's not much time to prepare for St Mirren. Is there a potential for an upset, or these players coming in maybe not ready for the game and under-prepared? And as you can imagine, when that was asked, Gerrard shot that down almost instantly, saying that these players know exactly what's expected of them. They've still had 1 training session and they were planning to have another one, which would have been today by the time you see today's video. So there's still work being done, and he basically was very open and honest, saying listen, we're not changing too much about the style of play that these guys have been getting used to since they walked in the door. There's no drastic changes to the tactics and formation, so the players know where they need to be, what they need to be doing. Whether they've got a week to prepare or 3 days to prepare, there's nothing drastically changing, so the time between the games isn't an excuse, and it's not one that Gerrard will accept. And just to go off the back of that slightly, what Gerrard was talking about, not only do I agree with the gaffer, as per. But also you look at the size of our squad now, and it's not just a big squad, it's a squad filled of quality players. We've continually heard the phrase two for every position. Well, now we have that. That is why we have built this team. It's today, Thursday and Sunday, Thursday and Sunday, Thursday and Sunday. That is why we have built the squad, and now we're going to reap the benefits of that, hopefully with a very strong performance and a statement performance coming after a game in Europe. I mean, we done it last time. We played FC Midtjylland, bet them, and then on the Sunday we absolutely rinsed Hibs 6-1. So I didn't understand the negative mindset regarding the 2 games a week and what this is all about. We've shown our quality. Why is the media not embracing that? And as impressed as they have been with St Mirren so far this season, if Rangers approach this game the right way, if these players selected, whether it's rotation or not, approach this game the right way that Gerrard continually preaches, then I have no doubts that we have enough quality to put on a show for the travelling Rangers fans. But anyway, we've reached that point in the video where we turn our attention to the latest team news, and before we dive into the first team, we need to give you a wee update regarding Zach Rudden. Now, Zach Attack has joined Plymouth on loan, which is an absolute amazing move for this laddie, but also not only is it exciting to see how well he does down there with the different environment and everything like that, to see if he can replicate how well he played at Falkirk, but also we've continually heard that we're wanting free strikers at the football club, and there was always that question mark whether or not Gerrard was going to allow Zach to fill that role this season. Well, he's away on loan. The door is left open. Does that mean that we will be bringing in another striker before the window? But whether or not we bring in someone else, good luck to Zach Rudden. Hopefully he absolutely smashes it and comes back with another 4 individual Player of the Year awards like he did in his last loan. And last but not least, we have one other bit of good news for you guys watching today's video, that everyone, again, as it's been reported when I'm making today's video, is fully fit and ready to go, meaning more selection headaches for Steven Gerrard. But I absolutely love the fact that this can be summed up very quickly now. Remember last year, 6 or 7 players all the time? This year has been brilliant. Touch wood, that continues. But with the latest team news done, the 2 teams previewed / broken down, and obviously a little recap on the official Rangers press conference, we've now reached that point of the video where me and thee dive into the comment section and share our prediction ons. And while you guys are getting your predictions out there, I will give you mine very, very briefly. I'm expecting another frustrating game versus St Mirren, shocking horror, but instead of it just being constant one-way traffic, them just clearing it with everyone back, I still think there's going to be wee bursts of when they try and go forward, then that will also open up the gaps for us to try and counter their counter, if that makes sense. And I just think it's going to be one of those frustrating gamey footballs. We seem to have them every now and then, but I'm going to go with a Rangers 2, St Mirren 0. I think it will take us a bit of time to get that breakthrough goal, but when we do get it, I think we'll get the second one, and for the rest of the game, we'll keep it controlled, disciplined, and make sure we didn't pick up any injuries. If we score early though, I'm saying it's going to be a cricket score. That's what we'll say about that one. But I'll keep it 2-0 right now, and my goal scorers, as always, it's going to be Alfredo Morelos. The man is just an absolute machine right now. And I'm going to stick with the CJ tradition of picking our centre half, and this week's goal scorer is going to be Connor Goldson, big boy header. And now that me and thee have had their say, let's just sit back and relax and hear from the people. There's been 1,590 votes. Thank you so much for getting involved. 2% votes for the draw, 5% votes for a St Mirren win. Still too high. But the far and away winner with 92% of the vote is obviously the Rangers away win. So let's see what they've had to say then. Jamie Cowan writes in Rangers 3-0. Bob Steele writes in 3-0 Rangers. Honestly, if we were at home, I would say probably 6-0. Danny Taylor writes, hope to see a few of the players getting a rest after the shift in Poland, if I'm honest, mate. But a comfortable win for Rangers. Josh Gibson writes in 3-0 Rangers again. Defoe, Katic and Joe Aribo seems to be a popular scoreline. And that's followed up by Curtis also writing in 3-0 with Morelos double and a JJ goal as well. I'd love Jordan Jones to score, honestly. Alright, it's 3-0. Andrew Wilson writes in 3-0 with Morelos, JJ and Barisic to score. Deacon Neil also writes in 3-0 for me. Defoe will start and get a dirty double and a Tavernier penalty. And we're going to scroll down a little bit to try and find, oh my sweet baby 55. Corey Ferguson also writes in 3-0. Ryan Kent with a hat-trick. King Kamara also writes in 3-0, a double from Defoe and a goal from Ryan Jack. Expecting a few changes to save players for Thursday and the big one on Sunday. And the last one we'll read it. We'll try and find one that's not 3-0. We'll just scroll all the way down to the bottom and we'll stop it right here. And it comes from Dundee United are BAMS. Yes, they are. He writes in 5-0 Rangers. Morelos with a hat-trick Saturday night. And like the way you move. Scott Arfield for the other one. And Joe Aribo with the other. So we finally found one that wasn't 3-0. But I think it's quite clear to see the people is certainly thinking a Rangers 3-0 win. So maybe that changes your minds. And they all predict you on ons. But there it is, ladies and gentlemen. You've heard from the people. You've heard from myself. If you haven't done so already, you know what to do by now. Before we wrap up though, we need to give a massive thank you to the absolute legends on the Patreons account. I genuinely cannot thank you guys enough for all your support. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I've been CJ Novo 992 and bye.